In northeast Nebraska, dozens of cats living on their own after an elderly homeowner died.
In a First Alert 6 exclusive, our Mike McKnight spoke with animal rescue volunteers who hope for a brighter ending to a sad story.
Masks are a must, as volunteers from the Working Cat Project have their work cut out for them on this rescue.
Come here, guys. Hi, come here. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Volunteers find 35 cats in need of food, water, and vet care.
They're malnourished. There's some upper respiratory issues. There's one that is missing an eye.
Before authorities discovered the elderly homeowner deceased in the home on December 20th, Kathy Robertson says the cats had the run of the house for several days.
They are hungry.
The interior became a giant litter box, requiring the volunteers to wear shoe coverings and masks.
And when cats are dehydrated, they don't clean themselves as much, so their fur was real rough looking. They were skinny.
Most small towns lack animal control or shelters, but the Working Cat Project has a spay and neuter program in Lyons.
That's okay, baby.
To help control the cat population, volunteers say the emergency rescue shows why it's needed. No need for this mask anymore. These cats have been brought to a safe and clean environment. Well, they'll be assessed, not only what kind of vet care they need, but are they adoptable? The volunteers don't know the names, but every nervous cat gets a calming response.
Oh, sweetheart.
Hello, baby.
Along with immediate physical attention.
Dewormer, de-tick, de-flea.
The rescued cats sheltered in a building owned by Bill Hedges, who will check on them every day.
Feeding them and, cleaning a litter box and, playing with them, get them socialized.
And Bill's love of cats is out of this world.
And all of a sudden, he sees a flying saucer approach.
Bill Hedges has produced 10 short movies posted on YouTube after turning the old theater into a studio full of sci-fi sets.
Little space pod.
To rival any low-budget Hollywood production, his cat Penny gets top billing.
The cat is the main star, so the series is Cosmic Cats.
But the focus now is on 35 rescued cats being treated and socialized in an emergency shelter next door. That's where the rescue volunteers hope a sad story will have a happy ending of adoption for each one.
Such a loving kitty. You're just starving for attention.
In Lyons, Nebraska, Mike McKnight, First Alert 6.
The Lyons police chief says he appreciates the volunteers' work to get the cat population under control.
Now, this unexpected emergency rescue means the nonprofit needs donations for food and vet care. We'll post a link for donations on this story on our website, firstalert6.com.